When creating practice sets in your Google Classroom, you're going to use your drop-down on the side here and select practice sets, and then you can choose one you already have to edit, or you can create a new one, which is what I'm going to do here. So I'll say create. We're going to do multiplication, start putting in my questions. I can do simple things. Multiplication's, 12 times 3, got some stuff in there, I can add my answer. But my other option, which is what makes things really easy in practice sets, is I'm able to use the import button down here at the bottom. And I can use an existing PDF that maybe I would have done for Math Minute or something like that in the past, and open it up and use these to come in as part of my lesson. So I will just select the problems that I want to keep. And remember, for practice sets, we're not looking at a long session here. We're wanting to give our students an opportunity to practice something maybe that we've done for a day, maybe we're spiraling back to from the past before we move into something new, or maybe we're just checking to see where they are before we move on in our lesson. So, not too many questions are needed. Once I've selected what I want, I can say import questions, and they're going to come in as images here for me. Then I'm going to add my answers. Then I can also come in and work on adding hints. So this way, especially if it's something that's new to my students, I can add a skill down here at the bottom. So I can type in what I'm having my students do, and it will bring up different hint options. So in this case, we're doing multi-digit numbers. So I'm going to go ahead and add that, and it will highlight my light bulb here, and now I know there is a hint added to that question. I can add the same hint or a different hint to other questions, or I can leave those blank, because once I've given them the hint once, I want them to try and do it for other items. I have these things added, and I can now preview it, try it as a student, and I can see that things are in the way I want them to be. I can put in my answers, I can say check. Google will check for me right away. I get a green check. Maybe I get to the two double digit problem, and I'm just like, I don't know how to do this. I was absent that day. We haven't covered this yet. I'm going to use the hint. My hint populates over here and gives me steps for solving my problem. I can now solve my problem and give my answer, especially if I have a scratch paper next to me, or I can use the show my work and my steps as I work through it. And then I can put my answer in as I go and check. If I get an answer incorrect and I check, it will let me know that it is incorrect, but I can come back and try again. I can look here and I can see, oh, it's a typo. I accidentally typed a 1 instead of a 2. And once they get it all right, they get a little celebration. So it makes them feel good. It's all built in and part of what your students will be able to see. So once you've checked it, you know that everything works the way you want it to. You can close that tab and you are ready to say that you are done editing. And we are now going to add it to Google Classroom as an assignment. I'm going to come into my classwork, create an assignment. I can add my title, my instructions, and then under my attach, I now have practice sets as an option where I'm going to add multiplication. I will attach. And I'm now ready to assign it. I can assign it to this class. I can assign it to however many classes I need to assign it to. And once I hit assign, it will be available to my students. I can come in as they're working and view the assignment. And I can see who has started working on things right here within Google Classroom. I get insights from my students as they're answering questions. I can see if they had to do it multiple times, and then I'm able to see their grade and see that they completed the practice set.